delay. One of our computers just broke. Spent about 4 hours setting up. And one thing breaks and we're late. So we can't do wall projections on the telephone call, today. Start with a little song. Please type 1 if you can hear this and this is working. Thank you very much. I just want to talk to you guys for a little bit. This is a song by Jimi Hendrix called Up From the Skies. I just want to talk to you. I want to do you no harm. I just want to know about the different lives in this here people farm. I heard you got your families living in cages, tall and cold. Some just dust way past the age of old. Is this true? Please let me talk to you. I just want to know about the rooms behind your mind. Do I see a vacuum there? Or am I going blind? Was it just the remains of vibrations, echoes from long ago? Things like love the world, baby. Yeah, baby. Let your fancy flow. Is this true? Please let bass guy talk to you. Is this true? Please let me talk to you. I've lived here before, in the days of ice. And of course this is why I'm so concerned. And the smell of the world that is burned, and the smell of the world that is burned, and the smell of the world that is burned. I can dig it, baby. Maybe it's just a change of climate. Maybe it's just not our problem. So where do I purchase my ticket? I just want a ringside seat. I want to know about the new Mother Earth. I want to hear and see everything. I want to hear and see everything. I want to hear and see everything. Everything. I wanna hear and see everything. Welcome Monica, welcome Frankie McDonald. I wanna hear and see everything. I wanna hear Welcome to the Bass Guy Show, everybody. We're going to have Frankie McDonald call in right now.
Guess what? I'll be on the CKUW 95.9 FM radio station, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight, according to Joe Stover.
That's amazing, Frankie. Congratulations. What's it like? Have you already done the show and it's been recorded?
They interview me on Wednesday, and it's going to air it on Friday and Monday.
Okay, that's amazing, Frankie. Can you say hi to our friend Todd in Kansas?
Hi, Todd in Kansas. I'm doing great so far. And did you hear about this? And hi, Monica Boyle. She's doing great.
I'm going to put my guitar away and you tell people what the weather is in your area.
Weather in the area is a mile over Sydney, Nova Scotia, but windy in Sydney, Nova Scotia is right now. And it's been really cold in New Jersey yesterday because of the big dip in the jet stream in East Coast of the United States of America.
I heard on the radio that climate change is getting out of control and things are going crazy, and that El Nino, is it El Nino?
El Nino is developing off the coast of Ecuador. They get to snow in somewhere north of Alma, Quebec, and Chicoutimi, Quebec.
And that's going to trigger things to... Anyways, who cares about the world, right? Just drive your car and do anything you want. It doesn't matter. That's what I get. Hey, Monica's here. Do you want to say hi to her?
Hi, Monica. I'm doing great so far.
And Frankie, I'm thinking about doing the show. I don't know yet. I wanted to ask the people on the wall. I was thinking of doing the show on Friday night at 9. You would be at the clubs, right?
Yeah.
Would you be able to take a Skype? Would you be able to call in the show if we did it at night? Next week, I mean?
Yes, you're just doing the regular time at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Okay, we'll stick with that for now. We don't want to ruffle any feathers here, so we work around the clock to bring you this show. This is episode 1557 of a Bass Guy Show, and we have someone saying Frankie rocks from Tim Bostick. Do you want to say hi to Tim?
Hi, Tim Bostick. I'm doing great so far. I did your work for this spot for rain and thunderstorms in Florida right now in New York.
So there's rain and thunderstorms in New York, but not in Montreal.
And it's getting from Montreal and New York and Boston and all these places. They got rain heading for Toronto on Saturday with thunderstorms all across the eastern seaboard of the United States of America.
Okay, just trying to get your picture. So I had to switch things around really fast, Frankie. I had Frankie ready to be on the wall, but now he's on my PC. And sorry about that, Todd. But Todd, you're welcome to call in and play a tune if you want, but no pressure. Frankie, what are you going to be doing tonight?
I'll be dancing and going to Dooley's and Steel City and things like this.
What's your favorite bar in Nova Scotia?
I like Dooley's and Steel City.
What did you have for lunch today?
I had East Side Mario's Pizza, pepperoni, add-on sausages, bacon for dinner when I was working at the Mayfarm Mall.
So you see I'm asking Frankie questions, and the idea is for the people on the YouTube live chat right now. It is May the 19th, and it is 3:20 in Montreal. Please ask questions to Frankie. The weather, his comedy. You can ask him like what his favorite food is or anything you want. Frankie, what kind of movies have you watched recently?
The movies I watched recently is M3GA. It's like the toy movie. It's like a doll.
Like stop animation?
M3GA, and that's a live action movie. It's like a horror movie, like a doll.
Okay, thank you, Frankie. Bunny Crusher, who's Brian, says Southwest Ontario is expecting thunderstorms.
Yes, this Friday and Saturday, according to the weather balls and things like this. A lot of fires going on in Alberta right now. Sky is Mars like color in Calgary right now.
Frankie, what is the weather? So it's been really cold, in Montreal. It's been it's nice today, but it went down to 0, -1 this week.
Yes, it's really cold in Montreal. That happened in New Jersey, USA. A guy from New Jersey told me that. That's where Robin Slim show is at.
So it's spring actually came early because I have all my old Bass Guy episodes. I was watching shows from 9 years ago, and there was no leaves on the trees. And now, if we look out the window, wherever that is, if we look out the window, you can see that there's lots of leaves on the trees. There's birds on the feeder. We're having lovely weather today, Frankie. It's quite a change.
Yes, quite a change.
Frankie, what do you advise to people for climate change and all the crazy weather going on? What should people be doing?
Reduce burning fossil fuels all over the world, especially outside of the world, like bad countries.
Yeah, so I might be a rinky-dinky little small show, but if we can get a couple of people to just drive a little bit less, like self responsibility, like don't drive as much, walk places, use your bike, grow a wild garden, don't buy stuff you don't need. And if we all start doing that, the evil corporations will stop making stuff if we don't want it. The evil. Who are the bad guys in the world, Frankie?
Like the Russian and president and some of those African world leaders in Russia.
Do you remember Dr. Evil in that movie there?
That's a long time ago.
A long time ago, yeah. That was Austin Powers. There was Dr. Evil. What would you do if you had $1 million, Frankie?
They'll buy a more powerful desktop computer.
So let's say congratulations to Stefan, because our friend and hostess with the mostess, Stefan, helps run the show here. He's got a new job. He's working in a mountain hotel, Stashtikska, and asking what kind of weather I should expect this next night. What kind of weather in Slovakia, Frankie?
Over Slovakia and tomorrow night in Slovakia. I'm going to York weather models right now. Over Slovakia, lots of warm weather there right now, showers and things like this Saturday night and Sunday and Monday. Chance of showers there. And over in Libya and Algeria, there's a lot of showers and rain going on in parts of Algeria and Africa right now. Then they got the storms coming off to go to Japan. There's a possible typhoon aiming towards Japan around May 31st, but it's long ways off yet.
What kind of summer are we going to have? Did you hear about all the forest fires out west in Canada?
It's really, really, really bad. Joey Only's fighting forest fires right now.
That's right. We've had Joey Only and his friends come on our chat board here and check us out. It's really kind of him. So he's out there right now fighting the forest fires as we speak.
Yes.
Apparently, there's too many fires and not enough people, and it's global warming. I think I don't want to get into it, but yeah, and we've had flooding and cold weather. The weather isn't normal anymore. It's affecting. Usually, the weather affects people who do the least pollution first. So the people who don't pollute, who are usually poor people, they don't consume as much, and they're the ones on the front line that suffer first. It's really. What do we have to do? The news, Frankie, has been saying that we're in territory where we've never been before, and crap is going to hit the fan. What do you think is going to happen over the next 2 years?
It's going to change the world because they're burning a lot of fossil fuels. They're going to send people to other planets.
Do you think it would help if people just stopped driving so much and stopped buying so much crap?
Yeah.
You don't need to buy stuff.
World, not only Earth, but other planets too.
That's the thing, though, Frankie. They're saying that they're going to NASA just said that they're going to put men and women on Mars within the next 10 years. It's but our planet is in trouble, and there's poverty and viruses and diseases. Why not spend all that money on fixing this crap house that we've created?
Yes, the whole Earth. That's going to affect all other planets. The sun will become the red giant 7 billion years from now.
I think we need more car parks. We should just pave everything. Just pave everything. We need to work together to speed up climate change. It's really a shame. You just have to grow a wild garden. Don't drive so much. Use your brain. Don't buy stuff you don't need. But I go for a walk, Frankie. All I see is 10 million cars. In fact, I even have a thing here, B-roll or whatever. You can see it. But I'm kind of all over the place today because... if you watch the trains go by and the cars go by and the traffic go by, I don't see people trying to do better. I think things are just getting worse. We live in an age of entitlement. People can just do whatever they want. You can buy the biggest, massive, most truck. And anyway, how about saying congratulations to Stefan for his new job?
Congratulations to Stefan of his new job.
Sorry, while I'm talking and half listening here, I'm getting the show ready. So is there anything you want to say to your fans? Frankie is doing a great job. Your dad is here, Frank MacDonald.
Hi to my father. I'm doing great so far.
That's amazing. Hello, Mr. MacDonald. What a privilege. I always feel it's a privilege when your dad's in the room. So, how can people find your dad's music?
SoundCloud Mystic Mist.
So go to SoundCloud and look up Mystic Mist, and you'll find Frank MacDonald. He makes his own original songs. How many instruments does your dad play?
He plays the guitar. He played drums, things like this.
Did you play the drums when you were a kid? Did you try the drum set?
I just for the picture.
Okay, but you never actually hit the drums and tried?
I just tried to play drums a tiny little bit.
Okay, that's cool. That sounds like fun. Hey, show sounds great. Thank you, Mr. McDonald. We had some problems at the beginning of the show, but we're working on it. I allow the thing to fall apart. It's usually always a train wreck, so it's great to have Frankie on. Frankie, what do you want to talk about?
To when a doctor when a guy fell down the bike, fell down around the ambulance, and go, they say, okay, doctor, this guy's all broken up. Put him in the garbage. The guy will say, doctor, I'm in a dumpster. Doctor say, you're staying in a dumpster. You're going to dump. The police will go, they say, doctor.
Doctor, did you throw the guy in the garbage?
Yeah.
Why did you throw him in the garbage?
I'm just too busy.
Well, you're coming with me. Put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest. Then what happens?
The doctor will be going to jail.
Yeah, Frank, your dad says I have great patience with your electronics. Yeah, there's literally like I don't know how many, but a couple of hundred buttons and wires, and like one frickin' wire costs like $40, and there's about 300 or 400, and it's like a whole NASA system in the corner. And if one thing goes wrong, what happens, Frankie? It breaks. Yeah, because the reason I asked for tips and support is because I need to update the equipment or it doesn't work, and after 12 years everything breaks. But we've been making about $20 a month or something like that. So it is what it is. Who cares? Oh no, shock therapy. What is shock therapy, Frankie?
And did you hear this?
Hey, sorry, Frankie. These jokes come from your dad and you, don't they?
Yes. Just imagine Monica pretend to be a bee. Go.
Uh-oh. Frankie, I don't want to scare you, but there's like 100 bees in your room right now.
I don't see 100 bees.
It's like a sitcom show with the fake laughter. So what do you think about using solar power generation?
It's a good idea. It's a good idea. That means did you hear about this? I got something to say. When somebody turned to host in a nightclub, what does that mean?
Playing the music loud.
When the guy
turn off What's all that music down the street?
It's a bouncer at the door.
Why is there a bouncer at the door?
The father cracked.
Yeah, the father was during lockdown, during coronavirus, the CEV, and lockdown was curfew, and he couldn't take it anymore. So he went to Reno Depot. He took the family credit card. He spent like $20,000 or something, or $100,000, and he turned his whole house into a nightclub. And the music, the bar, there was like a waitress and a doorman. And then so the police come up, and the guy answers the door, and the cops go, "Sir, is this a residential or commercial area?"
Residential.
Do you have a permit for this, sir?
No.
You're coming with me. You're under arrest. And then the guy goes to jail, and he's in jail with the doctor. And the next morning, the son wakes up, and there's a mess, and there's like cigarette butts on the ground. And the son goes, "Mom, where's Dad?"
The father and I are getting a divorce.
Your dad couldn't take it, so the son has to visit his father, right? Where does he visit his father? In jail?
Yeah, only on Sundays.
Only on Sundays for 1 hour. What does the guard say?
Time's up.
Time's up. Frankie, hey, here's a question I bet no one's asked you. What is winter 2024 going to be like?
So it's El Nino year. It's going to bring stormy to northern California and Florida and southern states and things like this. And in 2025 as well.
What's that, Frank?
They're going to send people to other planets.
What planet should we go to? Mars?
All different planets.
Oh, that's right. Frank MacDonald says that the bouncer is Leopold. Who's Leopold?
Just imagine if Leopold is backup karaoke host is and starts screaming at people at the bar. That means the bouncers will throw him out.
I love the jokes that you and your dad make, Frankie. They're amazing, especially the guy in the garbage. That one was cool. So, Frankie, why don't we do a roundup of the weather and then we'll finish up soon because I gotta
bring some showers on Sunday in Sydney, Nova Scotia because a cold front's going to go through Montreal Friday and Saturday in eastern seaboard United States. Then they got a storm coming off. It goes to Japan. Then they got showers in Slovakia and places like this. Australia is getting colder because their winter starts June 21st.
Thank you, Frankie. Have you been to the Circle K lately?
I was at the Circle K. Things are good so far. Best luck, Frank. You're listening to Bass Guy Show. And I'll say harmonica about you.
Thank you, Frankie. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Frankie MacDonald live on the Bass Guy Show at some time when the computers start working. Bass Guy Show, entertaining strangers for free for over 9 years. Thank you, Frankie. So you're watching a Bass Guy Show. Sorry we're late. Thank you, Monica, for being here, and Frank MacDonald. I always like to see you on the chat room. It cheers me up. It makes it all worth it when people are here because they actually want to be in and they're having fun. Thank you, Frankie and Bass Guy. You're welcome. Let's hear it for Ken Jacobs. Let's hear it for Monica, for Stefan in Slovakia, Monica in Quebec. Don't know where you are, Ken, if you let us know. And Tim. So, yeah, if Tim, Frankie agrees with you that we should do solar power. This is a thing from about 100 years ago. It's called an album. And you would put it, and you'd listen to the whole thing, and then you would flip it and listen to the other side. And on the back, you'd have the lyrics and the name of the producer and the musicians and who they were. And you listen to the whole thing. It's an entirety. So when you just pluck a random song that's MP3 and it's lost all its audio quality, it's just like, it's, you know, they're talking about on TV and radio right now is what if AI takes over people's jobs and makes people obsolete their job. Well, that's what happened to music many, many years ago. It's called Napster. Music doesn't always have to be a 2-minute song with a chorus and a verse and punchy and make a lot of money. Sometimes it's actually used just to heal and to express yourself and to be art. And that's what I'm doing with my life now.
Flanker 3, maintain that frequency, Flanker 3.
Thanks for being here and happy Friday. Love and peace to everybody. So this is a great album for show and tell. This is one of my favorite albums. It's called The Art of Tea by Michael Franks. It's got a great song called Popsicle Toes, and it's got lots of innuendo in it, and the musicians are amazing. I recognize some of them on it. There's Larry Carlton on guitar on this. Larry Carlton. You all know who Larry Carlton is, right? Of course you don't. 99% of you don't, and you should, because people used to listen to albums and learn who the musicians were and how the songs were made, like the Beatles and all that stuff. So there's that. That was a thing called music. Today we're featuring Star Trek, The Wrath of Khan. VHS has just become available in Canada, so I'm going to be watching this this summer. And another fun movie, I collect VHS tapes for a hobby, Revenge of the Nerds, which is the woke would cancel culture, that for sure. And the last thing for show and tell is I joined the David Suzuki Butterfly Project, a Butterfly Way, where I'm growing milkweed and native plant species to Canada to try and get across North America and Canada, the whole border. We're trying to like get people to grow gardens. It was on today on CBC actually, that the concept of a green lawn with like 4 white flowers in a row with lots of wood chips everywhere, that's actually really bad for nature and the environment. I don't know if anyone's looked around, but the climate change thing, you know, that's another thing you could do. So instead of driving all the time, spend some of that time, let your grass grow some wild flowers, grow some milkweed, let the bunny rabbits and the mice and the raccoons, and let them all do the thing, the birds. That's the way to bring Mother Nature back, is let your, so this whole, and they were saying there was a lady in Ontario who she spent 20 years growing a little garden, and she let it grow wild, and she had like vegetables and all these things, and she was attracting butterflies. She went away on holiday. A neighbor complained because her garden didn't have 4 white flowers with wood chips everywhere and a green lawn that kills everything. She went on holiday, and when she came back, the town had completely cut down her entire garden. 20 years of work. So we're living in a backwards world. I said we're living in a backwards world. Backwards man. Call an old snowman water. Okay, enough with the frickin' brain jokes. I'm trying to think without moving my lips. Let's think about something really cool. The frickin' snowstorm outside. Imagine if like some cool friends came over and we built a huge snow castle and you had to know the secret password to get into the snow palace. That would be cool. Sorry, I just got into thinking. I will check in 30 minutes. So see, Pat, if you're still here, whenever I talk about how I feel or play music, the fucking room just empties and dies, you know? If you do some silly thing or whatever, anyway. What do I know? Just another day at Enlightenment Industries. So, just a second. There's someone knocking at my window. One second.
Have a good journey. Shaka blessings to you. All good things come to those who wait. Again. Heading west. It is a CN. I think. CP. Beautiful. Colors. Lucky day.
Some nice relaxing ice fishing. Very traditional Quebecois activity. got a fish. Nice one. That's a big fish. Trying to do my show here. Sorry about that. So you can see how cold it is here in Canada. There was something at the window there. You're watching the Bass Guy show. We're doing today's show all live in one take, but things are kind of all over the place. I'm trying to hold it together. Sorry, Todd, that I wasn't able to get things working there. So I gave Todd the heads up there. I still enjoy doing this. It's fun, but I've noticed anytime I do silly and do dumb stuff and, people stick around and watch. And if I play like a song, like it includes like jazz or blues or funk, people leave. People only like what they can relate to. And I think everyone used to sit on the porch and play guitar and talk and have a cold Molson, in the summer, and people would jam in the basements, and the music, and people had stereos of speakers in every room, and I guess the world's changed, that's all. Musicians have become obsolete. Music is free. Everything's free. You got 8 billion songs for free in your pocket. Why would you want to, support a musician? So another thing I wanted to show for show and tell. Interrupt any time. Well, here's Todd, actually. This is us jamming, so let's feature this. This is us 7 years ago, I think. Yeah, 7 years ago, jamming live together.
What should I/we play?
Something easy. Now we're gonna have the real thing. This is fun because I haven't talked to Todd or anyone else in years. Todd, how's it going?
Hey, Bass Guy.
Wicked. You can see and hear me, or you can hear me at least, right?
I can hear you.
So it's so good to see you again. When's the last time we talked?
It would have been concert window days.
So yeah, about 7 years ago probably.
Is that what it was? Golly.
But I checked out your YouTube.
I like
see
watching your little video montages.
Yeah, I'm trying to it's impossible to just play a song anymore, and that's enough. You have to do a whole song and dance about it for people to watch. So,
Well, I do like seeing Canadian life, or Canadian portraits of a Canadian stroll, I guess.
Yeah, I've been filming the lake and the birds and the traffic and the trains, and it's good fun. It's good to get out there.
Yeah.
So
are you still live on the show? Am I live on? Is this live on the show?
You're live right now. So you're in Kansas, right?
Oh, okay. I'm watching with the delay. Yes, I'm in Kansas.
Yeah, you're watching the delay. There's usually a 20, 30-second delay after a while. So can you tell the world who you are, Todd?
I'm Todd. And amongst the various things I do, one of them is play piano and make music. And I live in Kansas City, and I will soon be returning to New York City. And I play piano. I release music on a couple different monikers. And that's the gist.
That's perfect.
And it's a rainy day here in Kansas. Actually, I think it still is rainy. It's a rainy day, but I think I'm still in a rainy mood.
It's a rainy day in Kansas. No, that's a different city, right?
I don't know. I've never heard that song.
It's Georgia. Rainy day in Georgia. You know that song? Raining, 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 raining. It's a rainy day in Georgia. And I believe it's raining all over the world. It's like an old soul tune.
Sounds like it. Sounds good. Hey, there I am from a long time ago.
Yeah, so the delay is big. It's like a minute delay that you're watching there.
Comment on the live video.
And Todd, I had it all hooked up that you were going to be on the wall and we would play live, but at the last minute, Bill Gates screwed up the whole thing. So
I heard that. That's too bad.
It's really good to talk to you again. It's been years, but I've been watching your YouTube and I've been seeing you play with your band or your friends, is it?
Oh yeah, maybe. Yeah, I need to post on YouTube more, but yes, there is a group I play with out here. We have a gig tonight, which I've been trying to prepare for, and it should be a fun evening.
That's amazing. And you have a lot of albums behind you. That's crazy.
This is as I'm on the eve of moving back to New York, I'm living in my parents' place for a little bit. So these are all my dad's old albums. He ran a record store in college. So
wow, that's awesome. A studio and all those records. It's good to see. I guess it's a generational thing, eh? People used to like and appreciate music more.
I guess so. Yeah, it was always great having these records about. I spent a lot of time exploring them when I was younger, and that's kind of the one thing if I come back to New York City is I won't have this nice basement to operate out of.
So how about next week? There's never any pressure, but if you're around next week, I might have the wall set up to jam live again.
Yeah, for sure. It kind of depends how work ends up booking me, but there's a decent chance I'll be available, in which case I'll definitely call in to jam.
Never any pressure. Probably everything will fall apart. Would you like to play for us now? Do you have a instrument by you?
Yeah, I'll play a song.
That'd be awesome.
Hopefully
Just like
it's a song I was working on with a student the other day by Thelonious Monk. Which maybe you've heard.
Thelonious Monk.
And
He used to stand up and walk in circles and stuff like that, right? And he had a care worker with his wife, I think, with him all the time.
Yeah, in his later years, maybe he used to dance on stage while his saxophonist was soloing, yeah, and I don't know who this song I was going to play is "Ruby, My Dear." I forget if that was his wife or not.
I think so. And he used to play with his fingers straight, right? He always,
yes,
a lot of the time.
I can't do that. Yeah, he
And
did
would you say
like that with this wide kind of technique?
Oh, cool.
And whenever I've tried to play like that, I can't be precise at all. But for some reason, he was able to play like
he
that.
kind of broke everything up, right? Like he kind of waited, and he either waited or played behind or ahead on purpose.
Yeah, I mean, he had a very kind of stylistic approach, and kind of sounds very quirky. It's kind of interesting trying to play his stuff, because if you try to sound too much like him, you sound like you're trying to sound like him.
That's right. Victor Wooten said that if you try to play like Jimi Hendrix, you're just going to sound like you, but trying to play Jimi Hendrix.
Exactly. But it's interesting because with it's, like, I don't know, artists like Charlie Parker or something had his kind of standard licks he introduced into the vernacular, and everyone plays those. In a way, everyone kind of sounds like Charlie Parker, but it doesn't come off the same way as when you're trying to playing a Thelonious Monk lick.
That's right.
I don't know if it quite makes sense, but
it's like I always say it's.
What's that?
I would always say what you're talking about there. It's always like there's an episode in Fraggle Rock where the little Fraggle guy has to go find his own song. Like he has to go on a journey to find his own voice.
I think I remember that. Yeah.
Hey, Todd, this is the first music conversation I've had in about 8 years.
Oh no.
On my show. It's usually hot dogs and couche-tard and all that kind of stuff. The internet.
Well, you gotta. Do you have a group you're playing with out there? I know you're playing in a musical out there.
Yeah, I did that I think that was my 6th one. It's like a church community, older people, and they have a choir, and then they'll hire like a violin and piano and bass, and I played in that, so I got to do some like sight reading, like classical stuff a little bit. It's a fun challenge.
That sounds interesting, yeah.
But my friends, Dr. Nair Mumstead and Matt, do you remember those guys, the jazzers?
I remember the names, yes.
They both got up and moved away at the same time, so like my jazz life just died. So now I just kind of hang out at the couche-tard.
Is that what is your place, the couche-tard?
That's the 7-Eleven kind of over here.
Oh,
so.
that's the 7-Eleven. Okay.
So go for it, Todd. I'd love to hear you play. It'd be awesome.
Okay, this is me trying to sound like Thelonious Monk, trying to not sound like Thelonious Monk, trying to sound like me. Ruby,
That
my
was
dear.
amazing,
everyone.
Todd. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Wow, that was beautiful just to hear you play that. It was like going into a whole different little world.
It's nice to hear. That's what I like to do with music.
Amazing. And it's good to hear so many different chords and things going on. It feels good to talk about music and jazz again rather than pogo sticks. I think you got a call coming in.
Up a little bit. Oh.
So what was the name of that tune
Testing.
again?
Looks like that's Ruby, my dear.
Ruby, My Dear
Which
by
is,
Thelonious Monk.
One of Thelonious Monk's more better known ballads.
Have you heard the Victor Wooten
no.
song The Loneliest Monk?
I don't think so. I was watching Victor Wooten the other day, though. No, is that off one of his solo albums?
Yeah, from like 15 years ago or something. It's a song about him, and it's called The Loneliest Monk. It's like tongue-in-cheek, but it's about his life, and it's a beautiful ode to him.
Oh, that's interesting. Maybe I did. I did have his solo album that would have come out around then.
And you saw the old video.
I used to be a big Bella Fleck fan.
Yeah, I saw
and-
Bella Fleck's an amazing banjo player, right? They're great guys.
Yeah. That's how I was introduced to Victor Wooten back in the day.
And you're in Kansas. My friend Sky the Universe, he's into trains a lot. And maybe I'm wrong with the location, but I think Canadian CN and Kansas, is it Kansas? They've hooked up train companies.
They've hooked up there are some train companies that I know have big offices here.
Do you ever see any CN or CP trains, like Canadian Pacific or Canadian National?
No, but I'll keep an eye out. The big
I
ones
think they-
here, like ENF and I forget the other one.
I hate like checking my phone live because I feel like a millennial, but I'm trying to.
No, I'm curious, especially if there's something new to learn about Kansas City.
There's a train. I took a shot of one the other week, but it's hard to find that stuff. Here's some trains. So there's CN 100. I think CN has linked up with an American train company.
Okay.
And, I've been filming the trains a lot lately, and at first it was just like, oh, trains, this is fun. I know it's its own whole world, but it's amazing how much cargo goes by every day. It's insane how much we're consuming.
Yeah, well, that's true. Yes. So are you becoming a train enthusiast?
Kind of like a train spotter. Like I have a location right next to me that's one of the best train locations on the island of Montreal. It's like 1 block away. So
Yeah. Okay. Maybe well, you said you're off social media. I discovered a British Instagrammer the other day who's a hardcore train enthusiast, and he's always posting videos of British trains. I'm not necessarily a train enthusiast, but I found his enthusiasm infectious.
well, that's it. Like I've lived beside the train tracks my entire life. It's just part of my life. It's kind of hidden in plain disguise, whatever. You don't notice it. And then when I found someone who was really into it, I was like, wow, like, oh, I'll try and look what you're seeing. So everyone, it's a different perspective. It's like when you first discover music for the first time, and you're like, oh, I think I'll try this thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, start noticing something in a new way. Yeah. Oh, it totally makes sense. Yeah. I've had that with various things. I mean, music is like a whole world, but then like more things that often people would discount as like just mundane artifacts of existence, like maybe trains, and then you start noticing them and thinking about them differently. I started I'm not like a bird watcher, but I think I decided bird watching will be my old man hobby in like 20 years.
Okay.
So now I'm starting to pay slightly more attention to the birds, and I'm like, oh, look at that bird, look at that.
That's what I've been doing too ever since like my spinal damage. I've just been staying at home doing my show, and now I have like a butterfly garden, and I got bird feeders and water feeders.
Oh, yeah,
and I see all just before the show. I'm not joking. There's a wild rabbit that comes up to me. She hops like right up to me and just eats beside me because she's gotten used to my presence or whatever. So nature.
Oh, that's wonderful. I love it.
So we got
I love
Todd
it.
Brosman
friend
and
right
Kansas City Live. Is that okay that I wrote that on the screen?
Totally. Brosman, though.
Brosman.
Yeah.
So it's did I spell it right or did I spell it wrong?
I think you spelled it right. Yes.
Yeah.
I think you spelled it right. Yes.
Cool, that's you. So we would love to. No pressure, but I'll try and fix the computer. Stefan from Slovakia is here. He just missed you play, so he can watch you on the replay.
Oh yeah, I think I remember Stefan from Slovakia from like 10 years ago.
That's right. I
He's a
completely
long-
forgot. It was the concert windows day. It was Stefan and Many were one of the original people that were big fans, and they used to go there and tip and stuff. So, but then I moved over to YouTube, and it's just like everything's free, and we want it now, and shut up and play. And it's at least concert window had a thing like this is a little concert, you know?
Yeah, and both of us had a kind of small dedicated crew of viewers, which was always fun. Yeah, it's harder to discoverability on YouTube for something like this. Seems a bit more difficult.
Can you plug your stuff a little bit before you go if people want to check out your music for free?
Sure. You can check. There's not too much on my Todd Brosman YouTube, but follow anyway. There'll be more stuff in the future. I release music under the moniker Proud Creature. So check that out on your streaming platform of choice. I'll type it here in the window. And I just had an EP come out this week, and it's a little zonier, headier than jazz piano, but there's some piano incorporated, and anyone who wants to dive into that.
That's awesome, Todd. One of my favorite episodes of the Bass Guy Show is when you let us show your abstract video you made with jellyfish.
Oh yes, I remember that. That would have. Okay, it's kind of similar to that. Oh gosh, that is so long ago. That was with another project I was working on. So, yes.
You could find it on my YouTube under your old name. It was T Bros. You used to call yourself as, right? As your username.
Yeah, which is still like my Instagram handle. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Gosh, that would be a. That was a project I was part of called Moon Casual. So you might be able to find that like on YouTube if you search Moon Casual.
Okay.
But,
well, I tagged
if you go
everything.
To the Proud Creature, if you go to the Proud Creature YouTube channel, there's some other trippy videos which you might enjoy.
Awesome. So check that out, everybody. And I always tag your name in my videos. So if you go to Bass Guy Show and put in Todd Brosman, is it? And then you'll find the videos with him on the Bass Guy Show as well. So
yes. So thank you.
This is great. It's good to reconnect. It's been years, like 7 years.
It's been a long time, yeah. I've been like kind of keeping tabs through the YouTube and all that, but good to actually talk and chat. And if I'm free next Friday, as I am this Friday, I'll call in and hopefully we can jam.
Oh, cool. And we have some info here from St. Anne de Bellevue resident Smiley Emmy saying that the demolition of Marcos is happening next week on the 23rd. So they're destroying a building that caught on fire, and they're going to make a public park for the people in our town, which is nice.
Oh, that sounds nice. That's in Montreal.
Things have been crazy here in Montreal.
You gotta
Todd.
go film that.
We had an ice storm, then we've had floods, and then our food store closed. We only have one food store, and it just closed. And it's been 5 months that it's opening next week again. But for 5 months, anyone without a car has just been screwed. You'd have to order food online. So I just stopped eating, and I started hanging out at the 7-Eleven. Getting the 4 food groups, which are chocolate, alcohol, chips, and coffee.
And Slurpee, right?
A Slurpee, a slushy, they call it over here.
Oh, they call it slushy there. Okay.
But well, not in Quebec. It's a slushy. It's the law that everything has to be in French over here.
I see, slushy. Okay.
Because
my
grandfather went.
Intense.
So we've had a string of events of dum 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 dum, and it's been. But you know what? The shit hits the fan, and you make lemonade. So.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you all pulled through, and yeah, hopefully they make a nice, beautiful park out of that old Marcos.
Yeah, it's an old pizzeria, and it's really beautiful. Well, you've seen where I live. I always film it, right? You've seen it?
Probably. I've definitely seen videos of your neighborhood. Yeah.
Lately, I've just stopped music. I don't know if you can relate. Like sometimes it's so much music, I just get bored of it. So I started doing trains and filming nature and stuff like that.
I've liked those. Whenever I see it, I get a lot of interest out of boring things sometimes. So keep that content coming. And
it's not even boring because it's like the apocalypse. It's like floods and ice storms, and it's been crazy.
Oh well, that yes, no, that's not boring. But and not that trains are boring, but even like a video. I remember you had a train, like a video of just the train going by, and I was like, oh, that's nice.
Well, cheers for calling in, Todd. You've made my my month, so thank you very much.
Well, of course, Jack, and keep doing what you're doing. We'll chat again.
You'll see me on the replay, so I'll talk to you soon, okay, Todd?
Sounds good. Peace. Bye, Jack.
Take care.
Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only T-Bros, Todd Brosman. He used to call into our show a long time ago on Skype. And if you would like to call into... Well, let's look at... Here is us 7 years ago.
Super, super easy. How about all blues?
So we pick a song. This is 2016, and we're jamming live in sync, which you can't even do on a telephone. I figured out a way to do it. So this is Todd and I 7 years ago jamming live on Concert Window.
Sure.
Okay, let's do this. This is T-Bros and Bass Guy live on Concert Window for Arcade Week.
Keep soloing.
Ladies and gentlemen, T-Bros live from New York City.
Ladies and gentlemen, T-Bros live from New York City. Really strange. Anyways, good news. The food store is reopening, apparently, on Wednesday, and we can't wait. I saw them putting up the sign, so let's look at that. So there you go. There's the food store putting up a new sign, which is awesome. Who are you? How, when, is this even real? Who are you? Reality sandwich. Reality sandwich. If you wanted to feel, then it's gotta be real. If you want something to feel, then it's gotta be real. If you wanted to move, it's gotta groove. If you wanna get high, real life is something to try. So sing about real life. All your pains, problems, and strife. Reality sandwich. We're all gonna die. Reality sandwich. Reality sandwich. But who are we to judge? This reality smudge. Secret to appeal. It's gotta be real. Say it like it is. And be a conscious whiz. It's called the real deal. Let it be your next meal. Reality sandwich. Reality sandwich. Reality sandwich. Reality sandwich. Did you enjoy this video? Well, then
Check out my website,
over here,
and you can also
click over here to check out a cool video, and to subscribe to the Bass Guy Show, click here. Bass Guy loves you. No fear.